Discretion is advised.
Threatened and robbed. That's what this Kalamazoo woman says two Western Michigan University football players did to her last night around 9 o'clock. She says they pushed their way into her apartment on California Avenue in Kalamazoo.
He had the gun to the back of my head, and he slammed the back of my head with the gun.
Police say 18-year-old Bryson White, a wide receiver for WMU football, and 18-year-old Ron George, a linebacker, held up the victim with a semi-automatic weapon and a knife. The woman, who wishes to stay anonymous for her safety, says the two suspects stole hundreds of dollars from her, along with a stereo speaker.
How are you feeling? How are you doing?
I'm so scared. I couldn't sleep last night. I haven't ate anything since. I don't know. I'm so scared. I don't want to live here anymore.
Police say they arrested the WMU football players overnight here in a car on campus, finding weapons and stolen money. Western Michigan University students we spoke with say they're disappointed the athletes are accused of these crimes.
You're given such a good opportunity to play for a pretty up-and-coming, football organization, and I don't know, I just think it's kind of a dumb move to pull.
I just hope they get held accountable and don't get treated especially just because they're football players.
The victim says she has a few bumps and bruises.
I don't feel at peace. They shoved a gun. They tried to make me take off my clothes. I just hope they get what they deserve.
The elderly Meriwether County woman who was brutally beaten and burned during a home invasion earlier this month passed away over the weekend. News Hitter 9's Brandon Sejo joins us in the newsroom this morning with more details. Brandon.
Good morning, Cheryl. Yeah, that's right. 83-year-old Dorothy Dow was pronounced dead at an Atlanta hospital on Saturday. She had been hospitalized since she was beaten and set on fire on August 4th during a home invasion at her Lone Oak home in Meriwether County. Now, if you take a look at your screen, you'll see the suspects: Angel Harmon, Mina Ellery, Cortavius Hurd, Shanquavius Cameron, and Justin Grady, who were all arrested nearly 1 week after the crime. Officials believe this was by the hands of a group of people who had helped Dow and her family harvest blueberries on their family property. You can see here. Now, Dow suffered 2 broken arms, lacerations to her face and head, along with broken fingers and third-degree burns after she was beaten and set on fire during that home invasion. Left for dead, Dow was still able to call 911.
Not only was she fighting her assailant, she had her wits still about her as she was burning to crawl to a container filled with water that she kept near her breathing machine.
Dow was able to give deputies detailed descriptions of those suspects before medical staff at Grady Hospital in Atlanta induced Dow into a coma to ease the pain before she unfortunately passed away this weekend. All suspects were initially charged with attempted felony murder, aggravated assault, armed robbery, and first-degree criminal attempted arson, among several other charges. So far, there has been no announcement on upgraded charges.
Manhunt for Anthony McNeil, our top story tonight. Thanks for joining us. I'm Catherine Brown.
And I'm Ken Smith. Let's get you up to date on how this all began. Investigators believe McNeil shot and killed his child's grandfather this morning. The call came in around 6:30 from the College Downs neighborhood of Andrews Road, north of Fayetteville. And right now, police say he is armed and dangerous.
As all this plays out, we're learning more about the suspect and about what happened.
Some of the elements even playing out on social media. WREL's Candace Sweat is live in Fayetteville, where she's been tracking this story all day. And Candace, what have you been able to find out?
Well, Ken, I spoke with the victim's father several hours ago at the house where that shooting happened, and he tells me that his son and McNeil had a very contentious relationship at times, and since McNeil has not been found, he's very concerned still about his family's safety.
Francis Racine says his son, Eugene Racine, and the man suspected of killing him had a history of bad blood.
Right out here in front, they had a fight about 2 months ago.
In hindsight, he says perhaps it foreshadowed what would happen early Sunday morning. Bullet holes in the back door serve as a fresh reminder of what startled him out of bed.
All I heard was 3 shots, and I hauled up, what's all the noise? What's all the ruckus?
His son lay dead at the back door. Investigators believe 32-year-old Anthony McNeil is the man responsible. McNeil has a child with Eugene Racine's daughter. Racine's sister suspects the motive has something to do with that relationship.
I guess it was like a love, revenge thing or something.
Francis Racine says McNeil sent threatening messages to the mother of his child in the months leading up to the shooting.
The sheriff has her telephone with all the text messages on it.
Investigators say McNeil ran away from the scene and a search of the area followed. About a half hour later, messages began to appear on McNeil's Facebook page. This one reads, "I'm not turning myself in. If I can't make it out of North Carolina, I'm going to shoot myself." Francis Racine says he's still concerned for his safety, but considers his son a hero.
By him coming out, he saved either Cindy and I from being shot at, or both of us being killed. He's a hero in my book.
And McNeil is considered armed and dangerous. Anyone with any information about his whereabouts is asked to call the Cumberland County Sheriff's Office or Crime Stoppers, and that information can be found on our website.
For a murder suspect and a trail of possible clues on social media. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Maggie Newland. We begin with that breaking news out of Fayetteville. The Cumberland County Sheriff's Office is searching for a man they say shot and killed the grandfather of his child early this morning on Wake Forest Road in Fayetteville. CBS North Carolina's Carly Griffith is live from the Sheriff's Office with the latest. Carly.
Maggie, they are looking for 32-year-old Anthony Curtis McNeil, and the Cumberland County Sheriff's Office considers him armed and dangerous. They say that McNeil went to the home of his child's grandfather early this morning and shot him. Eugene Racine died from that gunshot wound. This is what the scene looked like earlier on Wake Forest Road in Fayetteville. Police have been looking for McNeil ever since. It appears McNeil has been posting to his Facebook page throughout the day as well. This morning, he said, quote, "Just killed someone, leaving NC, goodbye, everyone." And then several hours later saying, quote, "I'm not turning myself in. If I can't make it out of NC, I'm going to shoot myself." Now, there's also concern with Uber drivers around Fayetteville that McNeil may be using the service to get around. A user posted a warning in the Facebook group Uber Drivers of Fayetteville telling them to be on the lookout. And, of course, if anyone has any information on McNeil's whereabouts, you should call the Cumberland County Sheriff's Office. Live in Fayetteville, Carla Griffith, CBS North Carolina.